There are gender differences, but they're very minor. They don't impact society at all. So in that sense, they feel fine with it. There are no distinguishers between either.
Yeah. So I personally do not feel that there is a gender discrimination. Not a noticeable gender discrimination in the Latvian society, but studies have shown that there is a difference in the income. But I think that there are a lot of females in high positions in Latvia, so I think it's perfectly okay. It's fine.
I think we're very much like America in we want everything, we want it now, we want it quick. We don't have a lot of patience.
Yeah, you know, on the one hand, we have people who are working for 10 years in the same position and never really moving upwards. But on the other hand, I think the biggest problem with our society is that people want to have results immediately. So even our government works in such a way that as to only think about the next step and not the long haul. Yeah.
I think we used to believe in family values only one generation ago. So my parents, my grandparents, very family orientated, but not anymore. I feel it's becoming more individually orientated.
Well, we have these really small families, like 2 parents and 1 child, but they are pretty tight, and family is important, but it's not a big family.
No, not anymore, but again, that comes with family values. I feel a generation ago they did, but not anymore. A traditional, on a Sunday, the whole family will get together and they will have roast meat, and that's something that is traditionally British.
Well, there are traditions that kind of have stuck with us. For example, the Midsummer's night, where we have this huge bonfires and drinking beer and jumping over the fire. And, well, yeah, there are things that the young people like in the traditions, so they have somehow stuck with us.
I think a lot of British, they have a comfort zone, and they don't like to go out of their comfort zone, so they don't adapt very well. That's why a lot of British people like America so much, because it's very close to England in the sense of culture and what they do and things. So no, I don't think we adapt very well.
Well, I personally am quite a conservative person. I think that the society as a whole takes quite a lot of time to adapt to new things. But, well, of course, there's always the younger people who are quicker to adapt. And since our society is quite old, as most people are elderly, then it takes time.
Yeah, I think we have some respect for power. I think that recently Margaret Thatcher died, and she was in charge of our country, and a lot of people didn't like that when she was, so they rebelled. I think that a lot of people in the workplace will respect their bosses, so I think that although we don't like this idea of power, we do respect it.
If you understand power like the rules you have to follow, I will say that in sort of a way we are following these rules. But I think that is not something that the power pushed us to do. It's something that we want to do to live in this society. I think that the distinction of power are everywhere, not only in the uni, in your life, in your home. So in each group of people, in each society, you can find different types of power and relation of the people. So yes, definitely.
I think the English are quite traditional, and if we saw someone dancing in the street, we'd go, it's a bit, it's a bit strange, a bit local.
Completely yes. I mean, I feel completely free to act as I want. If I'm not like pushing anybody to do whatever he don't wants to do, I think I can act completely free in my country. Yes.
I think it's more individualist more days now, because I don't know. I think the Dutch are more, worried about their own stuff and not thinking in a group. I think in the past they did, like working in groups, but I think it's more individualist now. They like set up their own business and they're not going to a company. There are lots. The growth in business are, well, everybody works for their own. Like freelancers. There are a lot of freelancers now in Holland, and you didn't see that in the past. So everybody's working for their own, maybe for another business, but more worried about their own thing. I think they're not like. I think China is like the opposite. They always think in big groups, and I think Dutch don't do that. They're more like, on their own.
I think it's quite individualist society. Sometimes it depends where you are and who you are and who are your friends, but I think that the individualism is quite present in our society right now today.
I think some of the Dutch are go for the fast cash, but I think the Dutch are really investing in stuff and looking ahead to the future and not doing fast jobs for little money and just investing and then get the good stuff in the future. So they're working, I think, for a goal in the future rather than the fast money. Well, I think the Dutch are really looking into the future, investing in stuff they can build stuff on, like not looking a day ahead, but looking 20 years ahead, like the dikes. It's like we're Dutch must be prepared for the future, because like the dikes, the water is higher. I think the Dutch are really looking into the future and their projects, and not looking a day ahead for fast cash. I think they're really thinking about how they're standing in 20 years, or what's the situation then, like investing in dikes and stuff like that. We must look ahead, because like the water is going high, and we must invest in dikes, and we're prepared for that. And I think that's in every business in the Netherlands, just looking ahead, and so we're really looking into the future.
I think that our society has been quite slow, and this slowness and thinking about things has been important before, but I think that it's getting getting more quickly, and you have to be efficient, and you have to do lots of stuff in very short period of time, and you have to be quicker nowadays, and I think that when I think about my mother and her friends, and they get to do stuff slower, and I have to be more efficient and quick and react to everything quickly, and I personally I don't like it, and I'm as you can see I'm a bit slow thinker and slow talker, and it's not okay today, I think.
Well, I think the Dutch are not really thinking in a hierarchy or something like that. Well, there is a higher power, of course, because every society has that. But I think we're more friendly against each other, with each other. Like the police is really our friends, and the police are, compared to like the Spanish police or the English police, are really softies, I think, because when you see programs when they catch somebody, they're really soft and not punishing them enough. So I think there's a bit of again, they're against, not really against power, but we're how do you say that? There's not a big power that is against people. I think they're really friendly and stuff like that.
It's not an easy question, because I think that we like some boundaries, and we have very much rules, and we like that. We want to be told what's right and what's not right. But at the same time, we want to make up our own rules, and we want to fight norms and fight everything, and it's both. It's very very hard to explain, but I think that there's both ends and not the gray area between, and we like to have rules, and we like to do stuff without rules, and it's not easy to say.